Hi there, I'm Angela, and today I have a pattern review to share with you. If that sounds interesting, stay tuned. Hi all, today I am going to share my experience making Simplicity 2058 or 2058. If you've been following my channel recently, then you've seen this pattern cover probably more than you thought you ever might. Now, this pattern was printed or published in 2012, but it's out of print. You can't buy it new from, the big four or Something Delightful or in Joann's or what have you. But it is very easy to find on eBay and Etsy, maybe Destashify and any other place where you can find patterns. Before making this video, I just did a quick search on Etsy and eBay and I found a bunch of them. So it's not so old that you can't get your hands on it. So I'm going to go ahead and do a review for you. Or you might already have it in your stash. Either way, let's jump in. So it is a skirt pattern, and it's kind of like a bell-shaped skirt. I don't know if that's quite a trumpet skirt. You guys tell me. It does come in two lengths, and what I like about it, since it's an amazing fit pattern, it has options for slim, average, and curvy. I thought that was really nice. I'll get into a little more detail about sizing here in a moment. And the skirt is the only thing that comes with the pattern. So there's the line drawings. And suggested fabrics. There's all kinds. I'm going to read them all, but I'm going to go kind of fast because there's so many. Laundered cottons, batiks, lightweight denim, piqué, poplin, twill, sateen, lightweight wool and wool blends, crepe, challis, crepe de chine, laundered silks, rayons, double georgette, matte jerseys, soft lightweight linen, and linen blends. That is a lot. And the fabric that I ended up using was a suede knit. I'll put details about the fabric below. I got it from Stylemaker Fabrics last year, and I ended up going with, because I think I had 2 yards of fabric to start out with, so I didn't have enough for the full long skirt, which I would have preferred. So I ended up making it it fell in between the short and the long. I want to say I used the short and then added on maybe 4 or 5 inches to the length to all of the pieces. And it came out to be, calf length, which was really nice, just below the knee, which I like. So regarding sizing, from what I've seen, so let me back up. So the size range that I have is 20W to 28W. And I did see it also come in a 10 to 18. So that's out there as well. And based on the body measurements and the finished garment measurements, I went with a 22W. But once I had the pieces all like the front, so let me back up again. You guys bear with me. So the front has 3 panels. It has the front panel and then 2 side panels, and then the back also has a center back panel and 2 side panels. So once I had the front pieces all assembled and the back pieces, I did go ahead and just based the front and the back together just to see how it was going to fit. And it ended up being really way too big. And I ended up taking like 3 inches off of each side, which I thought was pretty extreme. So it could be that I didn't read the pattern right. What I will do next time if I make this skirt, because I didn't make the markings on the pattern pieces, I'll probably, check my body measurements again and then measure the actual pieces of the skirt, not just go by this. So it wasn't a big deal. It's better if it was a little bit big than a little bit too small. So I did take off quite a bit on the side seams. And regarding instructions, I found the instructions very easy to follow. This was my first time making an amazing fit pattern, and I have to give Simplicity credit. They went into great detail about fitting. A lot of it, because this is not like my first skirt I've ever made, and I've been sewing for a little while. I kind of glanced over it just so I could, see what they had to say. But I didn't really need the information. But I would say if you're newer to sewing, or maybe this is one of your new first skirts or something like that, you probably will get a lot of help out of all the information they provided on fitting. I was really impressed with that. So just for what it's worth, there's that. Other than that, just the instructions themselves were pretty easy to follow. If you have been sewing for a long time, this will be such an easy make for you. Basically, you put the front together, the back together, stitch the side seams, put the waistband on, put the zipper in, then fold over, finish the waistband, fold it over, and so forth, and do the hem. It's just kind of like your standard zippered skirt. It does have a side zipper, and I want to say that they called for a lapped zipper. I want to say that this called for a lapped zipper, but I thought that didn't really fit the skirt very well. And I used an invisible zipper. I'm going to check that real quick because I am curious now. It just seemed kind of strange to me that this type of a skirt would have a lap zipper. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys. So this is the zipper illustration. And they do make a note in here. An invisible zipper can be used instead of a regular zipper, noting that it requires a different type of seam construction. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I used an invisible zipper. And regarding the zipper, I do have to say that this was the first time I've done an invisible zipper using my sewing machine. I usually tend to do those by hand just because I feel like I get a better result and I have more control over the whole process and how it turns out looking. But this suede fabric was kind of not the easiest to get a needle through. So I did go ahead and give it a try doing it on the machine. And it came out really well for the most part. At the bottom of the zipper, there's a little bit of like a tuck where it's not quite flat or what have you. But overall, I'm really happy with it. And if I'm wearing something long over the skirt, which I probably will be, you won't even notice that. I think that's about it. There wasn't anything very complicated about this. And I'll go through my 3 questions that I always ask myself after every make. The first one is, do I like it? And the answer is yes, very much. Easy to sew, it's comfortable, it's easy to wear. It goes with a lot of things. Would I make it again? Yes, for sure. And would I change anything? And I would say absolutely not, other than trying maybe the longer length if I buy enough fabric, or the shorter length. I don't like my skirts to be that short, so I doubt if I would go too much shorter than the one that I made. But I would also like to try making this in other fabrics, particularly one that doesn't have any stretch to it, just to see what the fit differences are. And thinking about how much extra room I had and how much I had to take out, I'm wondering if that might not have to do with the fact that I chose the curvy version. Maybe next time if I try this again, I will do the average, but I am actually going to look at those pattern pieces when I make this again, kind of look at the pattern pieces side by side and just see what the differences are. And I will definitely measure the actual pattern pieces before cutting out. And now I'm going to go ahead and put in a little video clip of me wearing the skirt. You might have seen this already because I did put it in my last video for Friday Sews. But if you missed that one, you can see it now. So let's look at that now. So what did you guys think? I got a lot of good feedback on it from the last video where I showed it for the first time. So thank you guys so much. If you had like all the nice comments that you had to say, I greatly appreciate that. I do really like the skirt, and I know I'll get a lot of wear out of it, and I'm kind of excited to try it again, but that'll have to be down the road because I'm still working on my capsule wardrobe. Anyway, I hope you found this helpful or interesting. Let me know if you've made this skirt before, or a skirt similar to it, maybe but just with a different pattern, and what your experiences are. And I hope that you will come back this weekend for Friday sews. And until then, bye.